And one of the things that we know for a lot of sales managers is that they get tasked with a lot of things marketing wise that they don't really know how to do. And so this is one of those situations where we can go to Alex, who does growth marketing strategies, and we can give it very simple prompts. And so one of the things that I think, especially if you've worked in a dealership or you've consulted with a dealership or you've been to a conference and you ask a dealership, like, why should we buy a vehicle from you? A lot of times there's a lot of blank stares. People don't know how to quite describe it. They don't want to talk about those things. And so, again, what I did is I just took a link to this dealership's website and included it in my prompt, and then actually asked it to incorporate some Google reviews as well. So this is one of those things where we'll run the first batch because there's a couple different things I want to show you. But again, just copying and pasting, taking a link, very, very simple, doesn't take anything complex or any special, quote unquote, prompt engineering. It actually does all that stuff for us. And so when Mike talked about having plugins and having associated technologies that are built into these specific agents, they know what to do when you give them things like that. And so this came through actually a little bit of code, so I should have told it to do it in plain text. But again, this is one of those things where, hope this email finds you well. And Toyota, we believe, is a great car. It's just the beginning of a journey that extends far beyond the road into the heart of the community. It's why I choose Toyota of Ann Arbor. Here are a few reasons that set us apart. Community-driven dealership. We're not just selling cars, we're building a better Ann Arbor. Our dealership is heavily involved in giving back to the community, supporting local organizations like Toys for Tots and the Humane Society, part of a larger mission. As a Toyota dealership, we're proud to be part of a company that's committed to addressing critical issues like food insecurity, environmental improvement, and disaster recovery, local impact, and global vision. When you buy from us, you're not just getting a reliable vehicle, you're contributing to a cycle of positive change in our community and beyond. Quality you can trust. Toyota's reputation for reliability and innovation speaks for itself, but we believe that true quality extends to how we treat our customers and our community. Personal touch. We're your neighbors, and we treat you like family. We're committed to customer service. It doesn't end when you drive off the lot. It's a lifelong relationship. Ready to drive change? Visit us at Toyota of Ann Arbor. Every purchase you make doesn't just put you in a great car, it puts you in the driver's seat of positive community impact. Come see us today and let's start your journey towards making a difference 1 mile at a time. So it's one of those things, just a couple sentences and taking what's on the website. In my mind, like, I'm gonna weep because I don't see this normally when I go to a dealership. Oftentimes it's something like, we're family owned and operated. We've been here since 1952. Come visit your local Ford dealership and save money today or whatever. It really isn't this crafted or very well thought out.
I was just gonna say, I love all the little like moments of puns that it throws in there. Like every last mile, put you in the driver's seat. Like
Yeah.
it's writing capability. It's such a better writer than I am. Even on a basic paragraph, it just adds a little note in there that makes me smile or giggle. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't come up with that. So, but
Yeah.
even when you read that as the reader, it creates a little moment of delight, which I
Yeah.
think again just creates that great customer experience. This is a really good example, Bill. I
Yeah.
love it.
And this is something where a lot of stores struggle with this. And it's one of those things where when I talk about the coaching and the training of me at the end, is it explains why it did what it did. And so not only when you're using this, not only is it saving you time, but it's also telling you how to get better. And so if you're somebody who's kind of understands these things or is kind of on the edge of knowing about this stuff, they kind of know what it is, but don't know to utilize it, like, it's starting to give you great feedback on what to do. And so, and you can give it follow-up tasks as well. So I'm gonna tell it to use plain text this time, just so to make it easier to read. But can you create 3 additional templates that can use as a campaign? Please use plain text. Can you create another concise template to add some Google reviews? So I copied and pasted the Google reviews link in there, and then it now knows how to do that. So then it's going to go ahead and incorporate those as well. And so now, and I won't read through all these things because we're getting a little bit short on time, but it gives us different versions of that same stuff. So taking that content, it actually then starts to use certain psychological triggers that we can use. So this, focus on vehicle selection and customization. Here's a version about that. Here's a focus on service and maintenance, which, especially if you own a Toyota dealership, when people keep their vehicles a long time, this is really important. So now it focuses on the involvement and what they do with the service side of things. Then we have some financing options. I can tell it to do 10 versions of these if I want to, and it'll give me 10 different versions. And now here's a concise template about Google reviews. here are our customers are saying about Toyota Van Arbor. At Toyota Van Arbor, we value transparency and customer feedback. It drops in two of the Google reviews already. Great experience buying a new Camry. So it's all right there. And this is one of those things where, yeah, you can review these, you can change these out. Maybe as a person, you want to use specific responses, but it's something where always you can get a version to build on. It gives you a good platform to start with, and then you can make those subtle tweaks when you need to. And then again, at the end, it gives you additional information, justifies what it did, and then you can go from there and you can ask other questions.